Hello, we are Jack Industries, the leading IT consulting firm on the East Coast. We are presenting the risk management plan for Husky Air. I'd like to start out by introducing my team. Janie Gonzalez, our project manager, Kevin Jones, our consultant, and I am Aaron Loving, the IT subject matter expert. I'd like to start out with an overview of our client, Husky Air, and then explain about IT risks and how to manage them. After that, I'll explain how we broke down risks associated with this project. Husky Air opened for business in January of 2008. It is located in the DeKalb-Taylor Municipal Airport in Illinois. Currently, the company has 23 employees composed of pilots, mechanics, and office staff. They provide business jet, prop jet, helicopter, and propeller aircraft charters, refueling, aircraft rental, flight instructions, and pilot supplies. They also coordinate a charitable service called Pilot Angels. They work with hospitals, healthcare agencies, and organ banks. They have volunteer pilots that are willing to donate their time and aircraft for patients that are required to travel in order to receive treatment. Husky Air would like to have a computer-based system to keep track of all of its Pilot Angel volunteers. Basic information about the pilots may include their name, address, phone numbers, etc. Along with their personal information, it will track total hours, certification, and ratings. The computer-based system will also store information about a volunteer's aircraft. Such information should include the type, plan, aircraft identification number, whether single or multi-engine, and its capacity for carrying passengers and cargo. Some pilots own more than one plane. Husky Air also wants to know more about the people, hospitals, clinics, and organ banks who request the Pilot Angel service. In addition, Husky Air would also like basic information about the patients, their passengers, and specific needs to help match volunteers with the request for transport. They also want a list of all the Pilot Angel flights in order to recognize specific volunteers for their contributions. This would include the pilot who flew the flight, the passenger on board, the plane that was used, the total time of the flight, the distance and destination of the flight, the date and time of the flight, and the total fuel used. I'd like to start out the risk management overview by explaining common mistakes in managing project risk, the 7 steps of risk management, the 3 types of risk, and the framework overview. Some common mistakes of project risk management include not understanding the benefits of risk management, not providing adequate time for risk management, and not identifying and assessing risk using a standardized approach. The 7 steps for risk management planning are planning, identification, assessment, strategies, monitoring and control, response, and evaluation. The 3 types of risks include known, known unknown, and unknown risks. Known risks are risks we know are going to occur, such as death and taxes. There is no uncertainty about them. Known unknown risks are of identifiable uncertainty, such as having to pay bills but not knowing the amount due until receiving the bill. Finally, unknown risks are residual risks and reflect what we don't know. They are identified after they have occurred, such as a car accident. Now I'd like to explain the risk management framework overview. At the core is the measurable organizational value, which is the goal of the project that identifies the measurable organizational value the organization expects from the project. The next layer includes project objectives in terms of scope, quality, schedule, and budget. The third layer focuses on the sources of IT project risk, which can arise as a result of the various stakeholders associated with the project. The next layer focuses on whether the sources of risk are internal or external. The 5th layer includes known unknown, and unknown risks. The outermost layer provides a time element in terms of the project lifecycle. The risk for the conceptualize and initialize step is that the problem was not defined properly. For the second layer, the known risk is the business case being approved or rejected. The known unknown risk is the business case being approved or not funded properly. The unknown risk is not. For the third layer, the external risk is that Husky Air may have decided not to proceed further. The internal risk would be fixing the wrong problem. The fourth layer includes sources of IT project risks, such as not hiring enough people, hiring the wrong people, overlooking laws in the industry, missing specific steps, ignoring certain regulations, purchasing the wrong equipment, project manager being misorganized, or purchasing the wrong products. The fifth layer includes project objectives. For budget, the project will cost more money to have employees working on fixing the problem and purchasing items needed to fix the problem. For schedule, the problem would extend the project schedule and cause the project to be terminated. For quality, the quality of the project may turn out excellent, but may not bring much value to the organization or as much value as it could have if the problem was properly identified. For scope, the original scope will be based on the wrong problem, causing the project scope to expand to fix the correct problem. The sixth layer includes measurable organizational value, in which the maximum value might not be accomplished. For the develop charter and plan step, the risk is misunderstanding Husky Air needs. For the second layer, the known risk is the business case being approved or rejected. The known unknown risk is the business case being approved or not funded properly. The unknown risk is not applicable. For the third layer, the external risk is Husky Air may have decided not to proceed further. The internal risk is the project charter and plan being developed. The fourth layer is sources of IT project risk, such as people being hired who are not qualified to fix the problem. Laws in industry may have been overlooked. The wrong process was developed due to misunderstanding of Husky Air needs, ignoring environment regulations, purchasing the wrong equipment, project manager being disorganized, or purchasing the wrong product. The fifth layer includes objectives. For the budget, the project will cost more money to have employees working on fixing the problem and purchasing items needed to fix the problem. For schedule, the problem would extend the project schedule and cause the project to be terminated. For quality, the quality of the project may turn out excellent, but may not bring much value to the organization or as much value as it could have if the problem was properly identified. For scope, the original scope will be based on the wrong problem, causing the project scope to expand to fix the current problem. The sixth layer includes measurable organizational value, which is the maximum value not being accomplished. For the execute and control step, the risk is insufficient funds to complete the Husky Air project. The second layer, known risk, is that the project will need funding. The known unknown risk is that the project will need funding, but we're not sure the exact amount. The unknown risk is that Husky Air does not have the funding to complete the project. The third layer, external risk, is that Husky Air postpones the project until more funding. The internal risk is that money is spent on unneeded resources. For the fourth layer, there are sources of IT project risk, such as wasting money hiring too many people for the project. Part of the project may cost more than Husky Air budgeted for. Husky Air may have ignored some regulations. Money might be wasted on technology that was not needed, or the project manager may have skipped steps in planning completion of the project. The fifth layer includes IT project objectives. For the budget, the project was not budgeted correctly, causing it to be postponed or terminated. For schedule, the schedule will need to be expanded or terminated. For quality, the quality of the project still has the potential to be outstanding, but it may take longer to complete. For scope, the scope will stay the same or will be terminated if the project is terminated. The sixth layer includes the measurable organizational value and is that the maximum value may still be accomplished. For the closed project step, the risk is under development of the system. The second layer, known risk, is that the project is complete. The known unknown risk is that the project is completed but will it be effective or not achieve measurable organizational value? The unknown risk is not applicable. For the third layer, the external risk is that Husky Air may have decided not to proceed further. The internal risk is fixing the wrong problem. The fourth layer includes sources of project risk and are that employees might be hired that do not have the skills needed to complete the project. Certain phases of the project might not have been thoroughly planned out. Environmental regulations might have been ignored. Software may not have features needed to finish the project. Poor organization may have caused too much time focused on the wrong task, and the wrong products might have been purchased. The fifth layer includes objectives, such as budget. More money will need to be spent to fix the problem. Schedule. The problem would extend the project schedule and cause the project to be terminated. The quality of the project will be considered poor if it is not achieving its measurable organizational value. The initial scope will remain the same, but a new scope will have to be created to fix the underdeveloped system. The sixth layer includes the measurable organizational value and is that the maximum value might not be accomplished. The final step is evaluating project success, and the risk is that there's not enough manpower to complete the project. The second layer, known risk, is that there's a problem that needs to be fixed. The known unknown risk is that there's a problem that needs to be fixed, but do we have a team capable of fixing it? The unknown risk is not applicable. The third layer, external risk, is that Husky Air may have decided not to proceed further. The internal risk is that there's limited knowledge within the team. The fourth layer includes sources of risk and are people that might have limited knowledge or hiring the wrong subject matter experts. Laws in the industry may have been overlooked. We may have skipped a specific step. We may have ignored some regulations. We use technology that employees feel comfortable working with instead of technology that will better benefit the measurable organizational value. The project might have been planned out incorrectly because the project manager is the wrong person for the job. Employees may have ordered wrong products because they do not have the knowledge of knowing what is needed. The fifth layer includes objectives and our budget that Husky Air does not have, the funds to hire more people who would be better to complete the project. Schedule, it will take more time to complete this project because there is not enough manpower to complete it. The project might also be terminated due to limited knowledge. For quality, the final product will be poor or incomplete because the right people were not hired to complete the project. For scope, the scope will remain the same. The sixth layer includes measurable organizational value and is that the maximum value is not accomplished. Thank you for your time. If you have any questions, please contact us at jackindustries@gmail.com. Goodbye.